Portal Factory, the most comprehensive portal solution in town, industrialized. Jahia's Portal Factory solution responds to 3 different architectures, as seen here. Aggregation done by a CMS, aggregation done by a portal, and aggregation done by an application. For the use case of aggregation done by an application, we will take a look at an example that uses Portal Factory's integration of the new open source framework Esigate. Thanks to this integration, Portal Factory allows you to combine multiple applications and render them on a single page. Let's look at an example. Here I have an application completely external to Portal Factory called PHPBB, an open source forum software. Note that this is an application written in PHP, while Portal Factory is Java-based. We can easily integrate this entire application into a page on our Acme Space demo site. From Edit mode, we go to Administration. The fact that we have deployed the Esigate filter module to our instance, we now have an Esigate settings panel in Server Administration. Here we will create the provider settings to aggregate our PHP application in Portal Factory. Here you can create unlimited providers, one for every external application you need to render inside Portal Factory. On our Acme Space demo, we have created a page called the Bulletin Boards page. It is here we will render the PHP application. We click Add Provider and fill in the settings. We can enter any key name of our choosing. We will call it PHPBB3. We set the provider URL, which is the URL for our external application PHPBB3. For the default page include setting, we want to enter the path to our Bulletin Boards page on Acme Space, rendered in HTML. Next, we need to specify which fragment on the page should receive this external application. We can name the fragment PHPBB, then we will create the matching component on the Bulletin Boards page. Now that we've entered our settings, we save and go to the Bulletin Boards page. Here we can drag and drop a fragments component to the page. We ensure that the system name matches our fragment name in our provider settings, which is PHPBB. If we render the Bulletin Boards page using classic Jahia rendering, we will see an empty area where we added the fragments list component. We would like to let users access the Bulletin Boards page via a link here on the community page. We add an external link with the correct constructed URL. This is our local Portal Factory application, followed by the context ext to signify that Portal Factory should make a call to an external application. Then PHPBB3, which is what we set for the key in the provider settings. We can also specify that this is to be seen in live mode and in English. We publish the link. Going back to the Bulletin Boards page, we decide that it would be nice to have an image shown to editors that will signify this area will be loaded with an external application. We add an image from the Document Manager, which is the logo from the homepage of our external PHPBB application. Let's once again publish the Bulletin Boards page. Now we can see how this works in live mode. Here's our Bulletin Boards page rendered in live mode without using the Esigate filter settings. Clicking on the link under Community, we will render the URL we created that is mapped to Esigate. When a user requests this page, Jahia makes the call to the PHPBB3 application in order to render our bulletin board. Here in Portal Factory, we can navigate through the topics and posts on our PHP-BB3 application. We can click on any of these links and they will work just as if we were using the PHP user interface. We can see the facts, we can log in, and we can respond to a post. Submitting our post, let's view it in Portal Factory. Here we see Hello World, our recent post. Now let's go to the PHP-BB3 external application. We should see our newly created post, Hello World, and there it is.